Hey everybody, how's everybody going? Just wanted to see how everything's going today. Trying out this Hangout, see how it works out pretty well. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. All right. Well, I just wanted to, let me see if I adjust this camera better. There we go. I just wanted to let everybody know that I got a new camera, and I'll show you. This is my EOS 80D. It is really good. My new semi enthusiast pro camera. It's a real beauty, and I'm really excited about taking pictures with it and seeing what kind of results I get from it. One of the things I wanted to talk about before I go is that the idea is for people to know if you're shopping for a camera or trying to decide what camera you want to get. My experience is such that I feel that we have to look at different strategies on deciding where you want to go. I started out as a point shooter with the G9, then went to a point shoot G15, then went to a DSLR SL1 Canon, and now I got the 80D right here, the 80D. So reasons why I got the 80D is I wanted a camera that had more advanced features available on the camera. I wanted the viewfinder to be 100%, so when I'm looking through the viewfinder, I'm getting what I see is what I get. Touch screen where I could pull it out and change it and look at it from a different angle. I got it for future proof for the next couple years, so this is a camera that I plan on using for the next 2 or 3 years, and hopefully you know, I'll get good results with it. With a camera like this, you're looking into using different lenses. And so from my situation is I would say that you definitely want to keep looking at all the lenses out there, read into it, talk to people, and just do the best you can to keep learning what you can about lenses, because it doesn't really matter what camera you have. The lens is ultimately going to give you the results you want to get. This is a kit lens on the 80D. It's a 18 to 135 IS USM lens. It's a third iteration of the lens, so it's probably going to do quite well, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, there we go. We have a question of the day. I have a question from somebody that asked me what is a good camera to start with, and I am not a professional. I'm not an amateur. I'm an enthusiast. So from an enthusiast standpoint, one thing you want to do is you start cheap. Get any kind of camera you can get your hands on for the cheap, because you really need to introduce yourself to the concepts of picking up the camera and either looking through the viewfinder or looking at the screen and taking a photograph, and then somehow figuring out what you're going to do with that photograph. I originally started shooting in JPEG, and now I'm probably leaning more to shooting full-time or most of my image at RAW. And I use Adobe Photoshop now with Lightroom for $10 a month subscription. So that gives me a lot of leeway on what I can do with my photos creatively. So basically, you know, if it's your first camera, don't be too concerned about, you know, getting an expensive camera, a cheap camera. Just get whatever camera you can get your hands on. Some people are lucky enough to where they get an expensive camera right away. Some people don't. So I would say definitely just get the camera you can get a hold of. Your first camera shouldn't be a camera that you stress about. You should just pick up a camera and start using it, and so forth. I've been shooting photos for, well, since the G9 camera. So I was a beginner, and then I went to, I've progressed over the last few years, more so probably the last 12 to 18 months. I've kind of gotten more and more information about cameras and lenses. I have a better understanding about how to work with the camera better. Now this 80D right here is got a learning curve. So if you're going to pick a camera, you know, usually your first camera isn't going to be indicative of the future. Your first camera is one of those cameras you're just going to get and take photos. But at some point, you're going to want to start figuring out, you know, what kind of creativity you do in your cameras and what kind of art you do with your photos, or whether you want to do it for a job, make money, and so forth. I chose the Canon line initially with my first camera. So I pretty much stayed with Canon. Canon releases new cameras every year, but you're not going to buy every camera they come out with. So I usually tell people to not worry or get caught up in all the technology. Just get your hands on any kind of camera and enjoy it. Enjoy taking pictures. Understand that once you take a picture, you got to get it from the camera out. You're either going to print it or you're going to have the digital file and post it on Facebook. Are you going to take pictures in JPEG, or are you going to take it in RAW? RAW gives you a lot more flexibility in making corrections on errors like your exposure or different things, or converting it to black and white. So you guys have a good one. It was great. I'm excited about my camera. And I'll do a review of the camera probably within sometime this month, after I've taken some photos with this. It's unopened. Yes, this baby is unopened. Yay! I've been waiting a long time to... Originally, I was going to get the 70D. I wasn't expecting the 80D to come out this year. So I'm glad the 80D came out. Some of the things that I like about the 80D is the... it's got a movie mode in there, because I do like having movie capability in the camera. There's something nice about taking a picture of your scene and then doing a video of the same scene and then integrating the pictures with the video online, so you can share your story with your pictures. So I'm all for having video on a camera, and this camera tends to have really fast autofocus apparently. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, guys, I got to get going. It was great. Great having you guys listen to this. And if you like this video, just click a thumbs up. Well, it looks like it's time to go. Thank you, guys.